Hey there, Eve here from Vitamin Eve Nutrition Counseling. And today we're going to talk about what to do in a situation when nothing sounds satisfying. Food may feel like a chore, anything you think about eating just doesn't do the trick. I want to share with you how to navigate these situations because if nothing sounds satisfying, this could become a problem. Because if you're trying to find satisfaction, you may keep on trying to eat more and more and more, trying to get that satisfaction already. So it may actually cause you to overeat. Also, not feeling satisfied could actually feel sad or upsetting for a lot of people. And as we know, as emotional eaters, we may use food excessively to deal with this feeling. So learning how to navigate this feeling of not feeling satisfied no matter what you eat is a really important aspect of healing your relationship with food. So before I could tell you what to do, we have to first determine what's going on. So I'm going to jump into that. But before I do, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, and share this with your friends. Not only because they may be struggling too, but it brings up interesting topics. I mean, everybody eats. So in this video, there's going to be something for everyone. So let's jump in. What could be going on? Well, first of all, if you're not feeling satisfied, or no matter what you think about when it comes to food and eating, nothing sounds satisfying, you may very well not be hungry at all. Look, you can never have enough or too much of the wrong thing. So if nothing sounds satisfying, maybe you're not hungry for food. And if you see yourself going through the mental Rolodex of what do I want to eat, and no matter what restaurant or no matter what place you think about isn't satisfying, hey, you just might not be hungry. Or if you go from your refrigerator to your pantry, to your pantry, to your refrigerator, and still nothing is doing the trick, hey, you might not be hungry. So that could be something that many of us, or all of us, have experienced from time to time. I mean, true, there may be times when you're physically hungry and you're eating and you're not getting satisfied. And sometimes that's because either you're not giving yourself adequate foods, or sometimes you're not giving yourself adequate nutrition. Like if you're not getting enough proteins or carbohydrates or fats, working with a dietitian could be really helpful in helping you determine if you're getting enough nutrition. But there may be times that when you think about food and nothing is doing the trick, that you may not even be hungry in the first place. The second thing to think about is you may be feeling unsatisfied by life in general. How relatable is this? You go to work all day and you come home to nobody or nothing to do or the same old. Life could feel sometimes unsatisfying. It's a reality that a lot of us face from time to time, that life could just feel unsatisfying. And not only have I experienced this myself, but I've had clients experience this feeling of unsatisfaction of life in general being projected onto food and to their bodies. So what this may look like is a client who I was working with, and no matter what she did, no matter what she ate, she just wasn't feeling satisfied by her food. And no matter what she would think about, it just wasn't hitting the spot. And one night she went out with a couple of dear friends and she had a great time. And when she came home, she realized that she was finally satisfied. But this didn't make sense to her because the food that she ate wasn't anything special or extraordinary. But she finally made the connection that she was feeling unsatisfied in her social life. She was feeling unsatisfied in other areas of her life, and she was just projecting that onto food. So if this is relatable to you, you might want to reflect, where in your life are you not feeling satisfied? How might you be projecting that onto your relationship with food, or even onto your relationship with your body? And finally, the last thing I want to go over, another reason why you might not be feeling satisfied with your food, it may actually be an indicator that you're healing your relationship with food. And this is a surprise to a lot of people. And again, not only have many of my clients went through this is also something I went through, is when food no longer works, when food no longer feels like a mystical, magical unicorn, or food no longer shines and sparkles. This may actually be an indicator that you're healing your relationship with food. How exciting! But sometimes it isn't. I mean, even though you may be glad that you're making progress, it could actually be an unsettling feeling or a very uncomfortable feeling when food no longer works. After all, food is a thing that you went to. It was the be all, the end all. It was kind of like the Santa Claus. It was like the magic, the pot of gold at the end of the tunnel. I mean, should I keep on going with these metaphors? I think you get the picture. You probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So when food no longer does what it used to do, this could be really unsettling. It can make somebody feel really ungrounded, Because if food no longer works, then what does? Sadly, I've seen many people reach this phase of their recovery and revert to using other things. If they don't use food, they end up using a few glasses of wine. They may use smoking or vaping or some other kind of drug. They may get into online shopping, gambling, sex. I mean, I could go on and on, even scrolling on Instagram or social media, right? So this thing of when food no longer works and that unsettling feeling is actually a sign that you may be healing. And so you might be thinking, oh man, Eve, wow, this sounds really deep. And if you are, you're absolutely right. That's why so many people struggle with food. That's why a lot of people may not ultimately heal their relationship with food in a real deep and lasting, enduring way, is because they may not address these deeper factors. And so what I want you to know, if you can relate to anything I'm talking about, nothing's wrong with you, you're not broken, you're not defective, you're just human. I'm human, we're human, and we're all in this together. And I want you to know, I work with people, with clients who are in their teens, 20s, 30s, up until their 60s and 70s who are dealing with these issues. And I want you to know, these are remarkable people, emotionally intelligent, educated, wise, funny, loving, wonderful people who are dealing with these issues. And so again, I just want to make it super clear that if you can relate to this, there's nothing wrong with you, and there are definitely ways to heal. And that's why I'm here, is because healing is available. So I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how this was relatable. I'd love to know if you could hear my dog squeaking his toy in the background. I would love to know what you found valuable in this video. And if you like this video, again, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. I'd love to have you as part of my community here on YouTube. And also share this with your friends. Again, not only because they could probably relate to the things I'm talking about, but it could bring satisfaction to share this stuff and have a deeper conversation with the people you love in your life. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Happy eating. Bye.